Imagine walking through the dense, mist-covered forests of the Pacific Northwest. The trees loom tall, casting long shadows, and the air feels heavy with mystery. For centuries, this wild, untamed land has been home to one of the most iconic figures in cryptozoology, Bigfoot. Whether you call him Sasquatch, Yeti, or the wild man of the woods, Bigfoot has captured imaginations around the world. This enormous ape-like creature is said to walk on two legs, towering over most humans, covered in thick, dark hair. Its legend is passed down through Native American stories and continues to be whispered about by modern hikers and adventurers. Today we're going to dig deep into the origins of Bigfoot. Where did this creature's myth begin? And why does it continue to fascinate us after all these years? From ancient tribal tales to modern urban legends, Bigfoot remains a figure both feared and revered. Is he the protector of the wilderness, or simply a myth born out of the unknown? Let's begin our journey through the fog of time and myth, uncovering the roots of Bigfoot's legend and how it has endured through generations. The origins of Bigfoot are deeply rooted in the folklore of indigenous tribes across North America, especially in regions like the Pacific Northwest. Long before modern sightings, the local tribes spoke of a large, hairy being that roamed the forests, often described as a protector of nature, or, at times, a dangerous creature best avoided. The most well-known native legends come from the Salish, Hooper, and Klamath tribes, all of which had variations of this wild man of the woods. In Salish folklore, Bigfoot was referred to as Sesquak, a name that directly inspired the term Sasquatch. Their tales describe him as a spiritual being, something between a man and an animal, elusive and powerful, with the ability to disappear at will. The Hooper tribe believed in a similar creature, though theirs was more fearsome, seen as a guardian of the mountains who was not to be trifled with. Moving across the world, the legend of Bigfoot finds parallels in other cultures. In the Himalayas, the Yeti, or abominable snowman, shares striking similarities with the North American Sasquatch. Some theorize that these myths may have common origins, passed down and adapted by different cultures over time. Explorers like Marco Polo even recorded encounters with strange human-like creatures during their travels through Asia, giving rise to these legends. As the legend of Bigfoot grew in the modern era, sightings began to be reported by settlers and trappers, adding new layers to the mystery. Each culture that encountered Bigfoot added its own spin to the creature's tale, from a peaceful forest spirit to a menacing figure lurking in the woods. The question remains, how did these stories survive and continue to evolve, even in an age of science and reason? Could they be based on real encounters, or are they simply the embodiment of our fear of the unknown? When it comes to sightings, Bigfoot has been at the center of some of the most famous and debated encounters in cryptozoology. One of the earliest documented reports dates back to 1811, when a British explorer named David Thompson discovered large, human-like footprints in the snow while traveling through the Rocky Mountains. This was just the beginning. Since then, thousands of sightings have been reported across North America, with the Pacific Northwest becoming a hotspot for encounters. Perhaps the most iconic piece of evidence is the 1967 Patterson-Gimlin film, a short clip allegedly showing a female Bigfoot walking through the woods of Northern California. This footage, though grainy, has become legendary, sparking endless debates about its authenticity. Skeptics argue it could easily be a person in a costume, but to this day, no one has been able to definitively prove it as a hoax. Another compelling encounter occurred in 1924, when a group of miners claimed they were attacked by several large ape-like creatures near Mount St. Helens in Washington. They described these beings as throwing rocks at their cabin, and the event became known as the Ape Canyon Incident. While many doubted the miners' story, it fueled the growing fascination with Bigfoot. More recently, sightings continue to pour in. In 2007, a hunter in Pennsylvania captured what appeared to be a large, hairy figure on a trail camera. This photo went viral, reigniting public interest in the mystery of Bigfoot. Despite advances in technology which should have made it easier to capture clear evidence, most sightings remain blurry or inconclusive. Still, these testimonies, combined with eerie footprints and strange noises in the wilderness, keep the legend alive. Why do so many people believe they've seen Bigfoot? Could it be a case of mass hysteria or misidentifications of known animals? Or do these encounters suggest that something truly unknown still lurks in the deep woods? From a scientific standpoint, there is no hard evidence to support the existence of Bigfoot. Many biologists and wildlife experts argue that such a large creature living undetected for so long is highly unlikely. They point out that a breeding population of Bigfoots would require a significant number of individuals, which should have left behind more conclusive evidence, like bones, fur, or scat. Yet, despite countless expeditions, no verified physical remains have ever been found. Some scientists explain the phenomenon of Bigfoot sightings as cases of mistaken identity. Bears, for example, walking on their hind legs or seen from a distance, could easily be mistaken for a large, upright figure. Others believe that the human brain has a tendency to see patterns, especially in dense, shadowy forests, leading to optical illusions or the creation of a Bigfoot-like shape in the mind. This is known as pareidolia, where people see faces or figures in random patterns. There are also hoaxes to consider. The Patterson-Gimlin film, while famous, has been widely criticized. Some have claimed to have been involved in staging it, while others defend its authenticity. Then, there are numerous cases where individuals have admitted to fabricating sightings, creating fake footprints using molds, or even wearing elaborate costumes to stir up excitement or media attention. Anthropologists also point to the possibility that Bigfoot could be a misremembered or exaggerated version of real animals or extinct species. For instance, Gigantopithecus, a massive ape that lived in Asia, stood over 10 feet tall and resembled the creature described in many Bigfoot encounters. Some theorize that legends of Bigfoot might be a cultural memory of this long-extinct giant. While science remains skeptical, it's clear that the human desire to believe in the unknown plays a large role in keeping the Bigfoot myth alive. So, can we dismiss the legend entirely, or is there still something out there waiting to be discovered? Despite the skepticism from the scientific community, alternative theories about Bigfoot continue to intrigue believers and fuel ongoing debate. One of the more popular theories suggests that Bigfoot is not just a physical creature, but something more paranormal, possibly interdimensional. Some researchers claim that Bigfoot sightings are connected to UFO sightings or other strange phenomena, suggesting the creature may have the ability to slip between dimensions, explaining why it leaves so little physical evidence behind. Another theory ties Bigfoot to government cover-ups. Some conspiracy theorists believe that Bigfoot is a species known to authorities but kept secret to avoid panic or to protect sensitive wildlife areas. There are claims that certain areas with frequent Bigfoot sightings are intentionally restricted by the government, suggesting an effort to keep the truth hidden from the public. Some even propose that Bigfoot could be a relic hominid, a surviving species from the family of human ancestors, like Homo erectus or Neanderthals, that somehow escaped extinction. This theory is backed by the idea that Bigfoot's elusive behavior is due to high intelligence and advanced survival skills, enabling it to avoid human detection and interaction. Of course, these alternative explanations stretch beyond what mainstream science is willing to accept. However, they add another layer of intrigue to the Bigfoot mystery, fueling belief among those who think the world is far stranger than we can understand. So, is Bigfoot an undiscovered creature, a supernatural being, or part of an elaborate government cover-up? While these theories can seem far-fetched, they offer imaginative possibilities that keep the legend alive in the minds of enthusiasts. After exploring the legends, sightings, and both scientific and alternative explanations, the question remains, is Bigfoot real or just a myth? The evidence, though tantalizing, is inconclusive. While thousands of people claim to have seen Bigfoot, no definitive proof, such as remains or clear footage, has ever been found. Science leans heavily toward Bigfoot being a case of mistaken identity, hoaxes, or folklore perpetuated by the human imagination. On the other hand, the sheer number of eyewitness accounts, some from credible individuals like park rangers and police officers, continues to raise doubts. Could all these people be wrong, or is there something more out there, hiding just beyond the reach of human discovery? In the end, Bigfoot's true nature remains a mystery. Whether he's a forgotten piece of evolutionary history, a guardian of the wild, or simply a legend, one thing is certain. The myth of Bigfoot will continue to captivate and inspire us to wonder what else might be hiding in the vast unexplored corners of the world. If you're fascinated by the mystery of Bigfoot and want to uncover more cryptid secrets, make sure to subscribe to our channel. Leave a comment below and share your thoughts. Do you believe Bigfoot could be out there, or is it just a tale of the wilderness? And don't forget to hit that notification bell, because in our next episode we'll be diving into another legendary creature whose existence has puzzled people for centuries. You won't want to miss it. Stay curious, stay adventurous, and keep exploring the unknown.